Hello, welcome back to what she said. Must be some internet. There must be many people trying to log on about now. So here we are. Okay, so a few minutes before we went live, I learned that Shiloh's coming to the A. Shiloh's coming to the A. Tampa Bay and week one of the regular season for the Atlanta Falcons is a home game for Atlanta. And guess who the away visiting team is? Tampa Bay. I'm so excited. So we get to see Shiloh first up, first up, first up. I'm so excited. Carolina Panthers are on the schedule. Since it is a division game, Shiloh's coming to the A. So Shiloh been balling out. Now y'all know they showed Shiloh's footwork on camera, and I gave a shout out to Coach Swayze because Shiloh looked great. He did. He hands up. He looked great, and I'm sure he has a debt of gratitude for Coach Swayze, which is why these guys keep coming back, coming to see you to visit Coach Swayze, like Alvin Kamara and some of the other guys. So shout out to Coach Swayze because Shiloh looks good, and Shiloh's coming to the A. Shiloh's coming to the A. I've been saying that because that's my song. I'm so excited. Now, y'all know I'm a fan of Michael Penix Jr. Made it to QB1. Y'all know what happened last year. No need to repeat. But he's a starter. So we got Michael Penix Jr. for the Falcons. And we have Shiloh. We also have Cameron Craig. And if I'm not mistaken, we got one more player down in Tampa, right? Isn't it three of them in Tampa? Shiloh, Cameron Craig. No, it's the two of them. It was supposed to be Will Shepherd. Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything else about Will Shepherd. So my prayers are out to him. I hope that whatever it is, if it's a situation similar to Bronny's, or even if it's different, the same result can be the same, meaning Bronny had surgery and, he's in the league. So Will Shepherd was the third person that was down there. Hey, everybody. Hey, Marlon, how you doing? All right, so if you're new to the podcast, hit the like button on your way in or on your way out. It's up to you. Just hit the like button. And there are some international games. There's 7, I think, 5 or 7. There's quite a few international games. Looks like the NFL is, doing well. They'll be playing in Dublin, Madrid, Sao Paulo, London, if I said London already, and I think Berlin. So the Cleveland Browns have one of those games. I think they play the Vikings. Yeah, I think they play the Vikings. The Miami Dolphins has a game overseas. So do the Falcons. I was wondering how they choose which teams to send overseas. But there's 7 international games, and the Browns have one. So our guy, Shedeur Sanders, will be going overseas. And I don't know if y'all remember the little guy, Kobe Bryant, that played for Kansas. Does anybody remember him? He was kind of trash talking, chirping with Travis. Kind of fun. It's just no ill intent was there. I didn't realize it. He didn't get drafted. I was looking for him, but I guess after the Shedeur situation, I forgot about everybody else, I guess. Understandable. So he didn't get drafted. That's crazy. Because I thought he was pretty good. So I checked into it. Seems like he's with the Falcons, but he went undrafted, but he made the team as of now. He's trying out. Just like Shedeur, just like some of the other guys. And they said the reason they think he didn't get drafted is because he weighs like 175. And somebody was like, Dez Bryant was 154. And y'all know they talked about, what is his name? Javonte Davis. What's the guy's name that played for Philadelphia? The receiver, they say kind of remind people of Travis. He was a lightweight. That was one of the criticisms of him, but it didn't cause a problem. So I don't know. I guess I'll see since I'm here in Atlanta. I guess I'll see if he makes the team. But I am surprised by that because I thought he was a star for for Kansas. But anyway, let me know y'all's thoughts there. He is with the Falcons. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So I'll get to see him here in Atlanta. So, okay, so we're talking about Shedeur Sanders' journey to an NFL 53-man roster. It looks like it's going through Cleveland. There have been questions. Is he going to make the team? There have been questions about how long will he be in the league? And every day there's a lot more positive coming with people who hated on him at first coming in his direction. And people are taking notice of that. I posted in a video about it. I said, oh, so now, the NFL wants to see the truth. So Shedeur did with the rest of the rookies like a jersey reveal, and everybody's talking about it, the number 12. I did a video about the number 12, and I'm calling him Shedeur because Shedeur posted a video. I saw it on Twitter that says, don't call me 2 if you call me 2 now that I'm wearing 12. That's a sign of disrespect. Now, in the comments under the video, I posted saying, hey, don't let these people shrink you like that, because they're like, hey, he's a 5th round draft pick. And when you're a 5th round draft pick, you don't have those options to choose like Travis. That's what they were saying, because they showed Travis in a highlight clip before they showed Shedeur. They was like, Travis is wearing his 12 from Colorado that Travis has worn since high school. And Shedeur is assigned 12, which is Travis's number. And again, that's Travis built his brand on that number. Shedeur built his brand on 2. So go watch the video. It's good. There's some excellent commentary there. A lot of people are getting. A lot of people get that Shedeur was the NFL's marketing strategy for the draft. Let that sink in. That was their marketing strategy to get us to all watch that person, the person that they publicly humiliated. So that's one of the issues that's happening here. The NFL wants Shedeur's. They want to be the beneficiary of his celebrity, of his elite status. Your viewers. I want your viewers, but I don't want you to shine. And see, that's tough, because he's thinking he's out here getting ready to get a fair chance. Will he? We don't know. We really don't know. You can't ignore the draft and go, oh, okay, everybody has done an about face 360 and he's gonna start. Why? Why? Because y'all clearly didn't like him in the draft. In fact, before the combine, you didn't want quarterbacks like Shedeur, but you wanted viewers that Shedeur, somebody like Shedeur on his level, could bring. And people pointed out that that's what's happening here. They're trying to exploit him for what he could bring, but then they don't want him to shine. Why does that not sound familiar? That's exactly what the NFL has been, especially during a period when it was the no fun league. Y'all remember that? They wanted the guys to exploit them so they could do the labor and make the money, but they didn't want them to celebrate their successes. That's exactly what they're doing with Shedeur. I want you to bring your views over here, but I don't want you to be a brand. It don't work like that. And in the modern era, that's futile. It is. So today I posted, I posted earlier today that I was so excited because I was getting a cup of coffee, waiting on my tall caramel macchiato with the whipped cream, whole milk. And I saw a notification. Shedeur Sanders is live on Twitch. I'm like, yay! Because if y'all remember yesterday when we were live, there were people that were like, hey, Shedeur is live on Twitch. We all gonna go over there. I said, okay, I'll catch y'all later. Because I was live twice yesterday, did video, posted. This content don't make it happen by itself. It's not magic. It's dedication, diligence. Hit the like button, subscribe, and feel free to drop a super chat, please, so we can keep it pushing on up. So, people pointed out that, he's taking it really well. And Shedeur is doing really well. I mean, I don't take that from him. I said it on video. Shedeur, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the way you're handling. This is not even, this is adversity, but it is beyond that. It's unfair. It's unjust, but you're doing well. And when he went on camera, he was on camera, and he said, don't call me 2 anymore. He said, because that's disrespectful because he's wearing 12. I was like, oh, no. See, one thing about the situation Shedeur is in at such a young age, it's no different when Travis was in his situation and his relationship at such a young age. And while it's true that Coach Prime is Shedeur's dad and he has been in the league, he can't make Shedeur see what a lot of us see. You know, I pointed out the reporter saying, Shedeur, you ready to assimilate into the league? And I was like, whoa, 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 assimilate? What are we doing here? That means take your brain out your head and put mine in yours. That's what assimilation is. So you become like us. So I feel like they're trying to whittle him down until he no longer is, proud to do the two, doesn't have much confidence, not about his abilities, but doesn't have the confidence to display this. See, that's different. See, you can have self-worth, but you can go somewhere and people can make you feel like you don't belong. And that's what's happening here. Feel like you're less than. If I make you feel like you're less than in my house, then you don't belong. You eventually might leave. So, my message to Shedeur in the other video was, look, don't shrink yourself to make other people comfortable. Don't shrink yourself and don't run from what made you great. You were already great, but this is a part of it. This is your brand. Wrist up. Hashtag wrist up is Shedeur's brand. Make no mistake about it. And when they're quiet, and don't have a problem with Travis being a brand, and we know Shedeur is the bigger brand between the two. We know that. We can look at the sponsors. It wasn't a secret Shedeur was at the first top of the NIL chart. Guess who's at the top of NIL this year? Arch Manning. They're not going to ask Arch Manning to leave his brand at the door. They're not going to ask Arch Manning to shun his brand while he's playing for the league. And they definitely not going to ask Arch Manning to, when you leave, just leave here with nothing. So it's almost like the NFL is a box. And when the guys are in college, they can make all this money and whatever, yada, yada, yada. But a guy like Shedeur, for whatever reason, quarterback, black, he got to come and strip. He got to strip down. He got to strip down and come into the league bare. And he gets to watch Travis. He gets to watch Travis have a brand. And then he got to ask himself, why didn't I get one? Because they're going to be like, because you chose to be you and not assimilate. We see Travis turn it on and off all the time. Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people turn it on and off at their corporate jobs. It's called code switching. But Shedeur, his father was in the league. His father that he looks up to. He didn't see his father turn it on and off. He saw his father be himself, be accepted. It was tough, but still, he's a legend. As long as Shedeur been alive, his father's a legend that the NFL loves. So why couldn't he be himself? You see what I'm saying? So, Coach Prime, after he had a career, he had something that a lot of these guys didn't have. He had a future. His marketability that he built in college, much like Shedeur, was waiting for him when he got on the other side of his NFL career. A lot of these guys, after their career's over, you see a very small percentage of people who retire from the NFL every year. I might actually look up some numbers and see how many retire every year. Think about how many coming in. 300? How many combine invites went out? 300? How many were drafted? 270 something? So if it's 278 going in, how many going out? Let's just say it's 278. Let's just say it. It don't have to be. Coach Prime was probably one of one in his class. Michael Strahan may have been one of one in his class. And whoever else did it, that's black. I'm not talking about, because we see what happens to the white players when they leave. They instantly go to the desk, especially if they QBs or get a podcast or whatever. But for Shedeur, there are other people like his counterpart, half of the dynamic duo. They both were stars at CU. Everybody knew 2 and 12. 12 times 2 equals 6. That was called Buffalo math. They were both stars. But then in the NFL wants to choose Travis and punish Shedeur. Now, that's not right. And Jerry sent me an article talking about Shedeur makes a depressing admission following the draft about money, because he lost out on The same money Travis got. Not a coincidence. It's also not a coincidence he has Travis's number. They try to tell him, I want you to be like him. I want you to love football so much you don't have nothing else going on. I don't even know you got brands. And if they were, you really think it would be 2-12 they would be celebrating? No. Maybe if he was a cornerback or a wide receiver. But as a quarterback, no. I asked in the video, what did I say? They want, talking about Travis Hunter could be the face of the league. Now, y'all know Shedeur was on his way to being the face of the league. And if he hit that field, he will be. And they know that. So, but when Travis was on the plane with the lady, that like somebody's grandmother or whatever, they were like, Travis could be the face of the NFL. And remember, I pointed out in a little, I guess like a post, that somebody did a breakdown of the rookie highlights, and Cam Ward, the number 1 overall pick, had the least amount of time. Travis Hunter had 1 minute and 10 seconds. Shedeur had the second amount, the highest duration. Now, let's talk about that for a second. Y'all know Cam Ward is the number 1 player in the draft overall. Why wouldn't he be the face of the league? It's always supposed to be the best, right? And the most important position is what? The quarterback. What did I tell y'all they was going to do? As black QBs begin to take over the majority, they're not going to covet the quarterback position no more. They're going to pivot. They are already pivoting. And before the draft, we saw various factions, including Emmanuel Acho, try to taunt and antagonize Deion Sanders Jr. about Jackson Dart and rub it in the Sanders family face. Ha, we taking Jackson Dart. I doubt they care. Good for Jackson Dart. That's the kind of people they are. Why is that a problem? Why does anybody think that that's a problem? So this young man they try to rub people in his face, humiliate him with the Saints pick publicly, sent out his phone number to 2,000 people so the prank could be executed, rub Travis in his face, who's like his brother, trying to rip him apart, hoping Shedeur get mad because he didn't get the money. Travis went at number 2, where Shedeur was supposed to go. Jacksonville could have got anybody's pick. It didn't have to be Cleveland. What made you think it had to be Cleveland? They could have got the 3rd pick. Did they get a quarterback in New York? No. They could have got the 4th pick. Who's the 4th pick? Anybody know? Right. So that's my point. I see exactly what's going on. A lot of people do. They trying to exploit Shedeur, and they trying to pit him against Travis, and they trying to rub in Shedeur's face. You should have been more like Travis. Maybe we would have picked you. Now, why does Shedeur have to be like Travis? Why Shedeur can't be Shedeur and Travis be Travis? What is it about Travis that they like? Did they see something that make them think he was better suited for the NFL and Shedeur wasn't? Because they didn't want quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders. We're on the same page. They exploited him for views and lured him to publicly humiliate him. So what is it about Travis? Why they trying to pit Travis? They could have gave Shedeur the number 13. They could have gave Shedeur the number 9. They could have gave Shedeur any number. Why do you think they gave him 12? Because Travis Hunter went in the number 2 spot. That's what you call a subliminal message. I want you to be like that. So the article that Jerry said that the depressing announcement Shedeur made, it wasn't an announcement. He was just talking in the interview. And he said, I got to make some type of money, right? I'm already down. I don't think he's broke. That's not what that means. That means he was expecting to be a high draft pick, probably make anywhere from $30 to $40 million plus a signing bonus. And some people have said the signing bonus is not in addition to the 30 or 40 mil. It's a part of, and the word bonus is not used properly if that is the case. That sounds more like an advance on your contract. That is not a bonus. So I'm going to have to look into that to see if that's true. So we can call it what it is. And maybe that's why Cam Ward hasn't signed his rookie contract yet. Maybe he was expecting 43 mil or 42 mil plus 10 mil or 30 mil or 20 mil, whatever the bonus is. I think it's about $20 million. So instead of $70 million, it's really 40. I think Michael Irvin said he lost about 50 mil. So yeah, when he say he's down, he didn't get that money. That's what he's talking about. He's not broke. And he is down. They robbed him in broad daylight. So we saw them try to rub Jackson Dart in his face pre-draft. Now we see them trying to rub Travis in his face post-draft. When they just gonna leave him alone and let him play ball? Probably never, because they already asking questions how long he gonna be in the league. There's already talk that he would be traded. Not that that's a bad thing. He's happy in Cleveland, despite what's taking place. Despite his first interview, they asking him to assimilate. That's not what you ask people. Imagine you get a new job and they said, "Welcome to ABC Corporation." Yeah. So as you begin to assimilate, who does that? You don't need to assimilate. We are all supposed to be respected for who we are. Our differences make us unique as a whole, as a group. That tells you that they still plotting on him. So for the people who think, oh, it's gonna be good, yeah, everything gonna be good, they're gonna let him get out there and start. If you hear them starting, like I said, oh, he finna go start, yeah, you better watch that O-line. The one where they made the midnight deal with the guy for $10 million. I'm gonna need to see how he play before he take a snap for Cleveland. Because y'all know I don't trust that. I told you this was gonna happen. I said, when you hear everybody saying, oh, he can start now, oh, he can start now. 69 times, 70 times. So either he gonna get left on the bench, or they gonna put him out there and get him sacked like Caleb Williams if he QB1. How is he gonna go from you can't pick your own jersey because you a 5th round pick? If you go watch the last video, it's in there. You can't pick your own jersey. 5th round picks don't have options whether to choose their jersey or not. That's what they're saying. But then now I can start. You don't find that fishy? You don't find that fishy? And I'm hoping for the best. Hopefully, they just see the light. But they went through too much trouble not to see the light. He was proven out of college. And he just need to go out there and play ball. Don't prove nothing to nobody. Like he said, stay on that same path. But let people call you too, because you need to be reminded of your legacy, because this road going to get hard. Either if they don't take you off the bench, or if they usher you up to the front and let you start, or if they let you start, if they let you play. And you get sacked your first play. You get sacked your second play. That's to make you look bad. Make you give up, make you quit, make you leave. And where you going to go? Because they obviously think you don't have no options. So for a young man like Shedeur, 23, to be dealing with this level of adversity, it's tough. So while we won't call him 2, because I thought about it. I say, if we call Shedeur 2, it just might be more of a reminder that they playing keep away with his number, that they using him for marketing, that it's 12 now, it might be 2 later, that they intentionally gave it to somebody who never won it since high school, that they trying to rub Travis having a 12 in his face, that maybe he should be like Travis. Maybe they'll switch it to 2, maybe they won't. But the point is, it's a reminder of the disrespect that he's been getting since the pre-draft process. Since they said on or before February 20th, we don't want quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders. So they're showing us, and they have been showing us with the defamation during the combine, just straight up lies during the pre-draft process by the Giants. They're showing us, and him too. They don't want quarterbacks, plural, like Shedeur Sanders now, which is why Travis is being ushered in as the face of the league and not Cam Ward. I told y'all, they didn't like Cam Ward like that. I told y'all, he a quarterback too. There were 3 in the 2024 class: Michael Penix Jr., Jada Daniels, and Caleb Williams. And we know Caleb got a book coming out. We already know what happened to Michael Penix Jr. We're just waiting to see if they're going to turn Jada Daniels into sophomore CJ Stroud. So we waiting to see what they're going to do to Jada Daniels. We waiting to see what they're going to do to Shedeur. And now I need to start looking into Tyrod Taylor, because apparently the same head coach possibly was his coach and he broke his ribs. So I need to get that story together. His ribs were broken during a game or something like that, or something about the play calling was bad. So, we started this series where we talked about quarterbacks, other Black quarterbacks. We talked about Doug Williams. We talked about Warren Moon. So now I'm getting ready to research Tyrod Taylor. Let's see who's in these comments. Let's see. Okay, so y'all can hear me. Okay. All right, so let's see. Crowley, hey Crowley, how you doing? Hello, what she said. It is an amazing Saturday. It is. Blessings in the chat family. Your content is always on spot. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey sis, how you doing? Simply Sarah. Welcome. See you, Auntie, coming through. All right, yay! All right, see you, Auntie. So, do y'all have like a schedule where y'all are going to certain games? I know y'all are dispatched all over the place. So let me know. All I know is Shiloh coming to Atlanta. So any CU aunties in Atlanta, holler this way. And then Tampa 6 hours up the road. Carolina's 4.5. So CU aunties, my email address is what she said sports at what is it? No, what she said 404@gmail.com. It's in the bio. If somebody can get it and paste it in the chat, that would be great. Because I never know what my email is. I don't know why I don't know, but I don't. So welcome, Simply Sarah. Appreciate it. It said we out here, Bold 24. All right, awesome. And it says, keep speaking truth, Angela. Yes. How you doing, Angela? Nice to see you back. The 2 is Shedeur and the 12 is 2. Yeah, D. Johnson, it is. But the fact that they playing keep away with his jersey by saying because he's a 5th round pick, he doesn't get to choose. Understand this. It is wonderful that he's not letting it get to him. And also understand this. It's okay for the Browns to be held accountable and be called out for the continued BSery and public humiliation and disrespect that we have seen since he got there. It's okay. He don't have to call it out. We want him to focus. But we can call it what it is. He was assigned the 12, and there's a lot there. There's a lot there, and it shouldn't be. It's disrespectful. I don't know if he will wear 2 again, but I think 12 looks good on Shedeur. I mean, of course, anything gonna look good on him, but I don't think that's the point. I don't think that's the point at all. I think saying he don't have a right to choose because he's a 5th round draft pick is wrong in itself, because y'all know Shedeur is not a 5th round draft pick. And all that is doing is justifying the push down to the 5th round. And that's why his call was so condescending to Cleveland, because they're trying to treat him like he's not elite. That's what I'm pointing out. Yeah, he can wear 2, he can wear 12, he can wear 21. Understand, he can wear anything from 1 to 99. They gave him 12 for a reason. And it's not because his daddy number is 21. It's because they didn't want him to have what he wanted. They didn't want him to have a choice. That started with the combine, because he wanted to go to a team that he could transform. I'm telling y'all something. Just because Shedeur is handling this well does not mean it's right. Understand that. And it doesn't mean we should think he's safe. When you see him respected consistently by everybody in that organization, then you could feel that way. But if he ends up, God forbid, with something that happened like the Tyrod Taylor, y'all ain't gonna be okay. Y'all not gonna be okay. If you see him get sacked 69 times, you're not gonna be okay. So it's better to just be honest and call it out now, so you're not fainting when it happens 69 times or your heart is broken. Because that's where we headed. The only person you heard say anything positive about Shedeur, which was slick hate toward Coach Prime, and talking about this whole media circus and it's a lot and this, that, and the other, is Kevin Stefanski. Have you seen anybody else in the organization? Hell, the Cleveland media don't even have respect for him. He ain't safe. When you in a town, people trying to figure out who Bug is, why are you worried about it? You asking him in his first interview if he ready to assimilate. What? And now he 144 in the 5th round. He can't pick his jersey, but now he can start. You don't find that suspicious? It's not because he showed out in camp. We already knew who Shedeur was. You got to let that kind of thinking go. He was proven in college. And somebody came and said in the comments, was it Charmaine? Something about there was a photo shoot. Because I asked her, where was it? There was a photo shoot. And she said, whoever was speaking said, whatever you did before, let that go. So all their accolades and progress and proving this, they want them to strip down bare and start over right here. You know what that's like? That's crazy because if you or I go to corporate America and they look at your resume, they gonna hire you on the strength of what you've done. Jacksonville traded up to get Travis on the strength of what he did at CU. Cam Ward, okay, I'm taking him out because that's not why he's number one. He is good though. He is good, but he's a quarterback. Uh Travis is the only person. That's why Jacksonville won the draft. Travis was the only person that got drafted on the strength of what he did. They didn't ask him to be anybody different. They didn't tell him to leave your accolades and whatever you did and before you got here out. They leaned in and told him, we want you to be exactly who you are and not anybody different. And we got you. I mean, we didn't acquire you, but we got you. That's support. That is support. He's not getting resistance. Until I find out why Cam had to sign his contract, his rookie contract, I'm a hold off on him. He is a good quarterback, but maybe he realized something here. Maybe he's starting to realize something about quarterbacks. Maybe somebody sent him a message because we got another quarterback that's in a book. This is happening to Shedeur because he's an elite black quarterback. And the only player that we know that was supposed to go in the first round that was publicly humiliated, publicly pranked, publicly colluded against an NFL draft and pushed down to the 5th round with elite talent. And now he can't pick his jersey because he is a 5th round pick, but now he can start behind a team that had a horrible O-line last year. So they already got the excuses lined up, if you ask me. Y'all want to be happy and go into this looking like you bright-eyed? Go ahead. Because he already proved himself in Colorado. Why is he doing it again? We're not getting all this. He could start now because he was proven when he was pushed down to 144. So I need y'all to wake up. I need you to do some critical thinking. You can be happy that he's happy. You should be happy that he's not out here depressed. You should be happy that he's handling it well. But understand, just because somebody handles something well does not make the disrespect, the defamation, robbery in broad daylight of generational money okay. And that's the mistake that people make. It's the same thing with the strong black woman trope. People say, I don't want to be a strong black woman. Because you know why? When people see you carrying all your pain and you're suffering well, oh, they don't need no help. I'm not saying he should be out there crying. Not at all. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. But what he should not be doing is shrinking himself. Because when his colleagues acknowledged who he was with this in the photo, this was him. He didn't even think to do it, but they did. And then you put that with don't call me too because it's disrespectful. It might hurt him. And he got to deal with it the best way he can. So I'm not going to call him too. I'm calling him Shedeur. Because honestly, we don't even know. The Cleveland Browns could be putting 12 out there because they did say the numbers could change to sell us 12 and turn around and sell us the 2. I'm not doing that. So until then, I'm wearing the Jackson State 2. I'm wearing the Colorado 2. And I'm referring to Shedeur by the name his parents gave him. As far as I know, it's Shedeur. Because I don't trust Cleveland and the media and the NFL. Because why all of a sudden, oh, he can start. I bet he can. People have already asked how many times Shedeur Sanders going to be sacked. Getting a new coach don't matter if you can lean on the same old excuse. Oh, yeah, we need to get a new O-line. Did they go to the grocery store and get the main ingredients? Did they get the entrees? No, they got the sides. And a new coach. So there's a whole lot that got to come together with that. Need time to get the team together. Yeah, I'm side-eyed it. How could you not? Go back and look at the draft. You're side-eyed too. So how did he go in 2 weeks? How did he go from we don't want quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders push down to the 5th round? He entitled, oh, he can start now. You should be weary of that. Where is that coming from? So don't ever think that because somebody is handling it, what they going through well, that, oh, well, I guess him being pushed down wasn't that bad. It was disgusting. And so was the prank. And so was them lying on him, saying he's entitled. The defamation was disgusting. All of it. I'm happy because I see him happy. That's it. I don't trust none of it. Not after that draft. Not after that prank. Not after that data breach. Not after that condescending phone call. Not after that, yeah, we not giving it, nothing's gonna be given to him. I don't know. I think he may be waiting until he makes the team. No, they gave him 12. He didn't have a choice. They could have gave him another number. They assigned him 12. It is not a coincidence. There's numbers 1 to 99 with a few in the middle selected. And I watched the video where the guys were choosing their numbers. He wasn't there. I think he was still waiting to be drafted, possibly. So he didn't get a choice. And it's not because he went late in the 5th round, because the other guy said 2 or 5. So 5 went to Gabriel. And you mean to tell me somebody who been to 5 teams in 4 years or something like that gets to choose? But the elite QB, it's funny that nobody in Jacksonville got 12 but Travis. I'm pretty sure it was sitting waiting to the side. And when people wanted to choose, they're like, you can't have that number. Cam Ward is wearing Miami, number 1, and it was unretired. See, first round draft picks get special treatment. Y'all see, Ted McMillan got a Jordan brand. We know Shedeur is not a 5th round draft pick. So when you hear somebody like on the NFL Network say, well, when you're a 5th round draft pick, you don't have those options. First of all, the lie is, which means they're continuing with the lies. He's not a 5th round draft pick. Just because you put him there does not mean he's a 5th round draft pick. And that's the lie they need to stop telling. And that's why you can't trust it. Because if you think Cleveland was in on this madness by itself, when you know the NFL gave out his phone number, that's who have they broadcasters sitting up there still lying on Shedeur. He's not a 5th round draft pick. He does not have 5th round draft pick talent. They just don't want to admit that they colluded against him and put him there to make him feel like he's less than. And they're going to continue to pounce on him and whittle away at his confidence until his brain has been removed and his ways of thinking and doing is theirs. That's what they're trying to do. And you know why? I've said it 100 times. Because Shedeur Sanders would be the 17th Black starting QB1 in the league of 32, which makes him the majority. And since he looked like he gonna get there anyway, let me work on it. They've been working him over. Now you're in the league, let me work you over. Let me make you feel like the way you are is not good enough. I need you to be like Travis. Here, wear this 12. 12 is Travis's brand, not Shedeur's. So you minimize the Shedeur brand by taking away the 2 and giving it to somebody we might not ever see on the field. And if he don't play, we're not going to see him or his brand. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. So all the talk about him being a QB1 could be to build his hopes up high, just like they did for the draft. It's the same thing. Oh, he a top 5 draft pick. That was all the way up until the week before the draft. Then he was sliding to 21. Then he was slipping back up to 9. And none of it happened. And he was publicly humiliated intentionally by them. That's what they set out to do. So I'm not about to sit up here and get emotionally invested that he could be QB1 by the same people that defamed him, tried to publicly embarrass him and exploit him for 7.3 million views. And if y'all want to sit up there and do it, cool. But your feelings going to be hurt. If he won, get out there and make it to QB1 if they let him. And he can start getting sacked left and right like you saw at CU. That's going to hurt your feelings. Because then you have been built up twice only to be let down. This is where you move with caution. I'm not sharing pictures of that damn jersey because no. If I didn't hear them say he got that number, he was assigned that number, and he's a 5th-round draft pick, so he don't get to choose. Screw you. He ain't no damn 5th-round draft pick. You just want to make yourself feel better about the BS that you did to him. And we ain't going to forget just because y'all don't want to talk about it. And then they continuing the BS in Cleveland. Hell no. Because if that was my child, we'd be having a problem. Grown or not. Like his mama said, where's the evidence? The next thing you know, they backing off the information. If you go out there to YouTube, they have whiteboard interviews out here. I watched Jalen Hurts. Why Shedeur Sanders not out there if it was so bad? I'm not getting my hopes up high. I'm going to talk about who's on this team so I can familiarize myself, and other people are starting to say it. If Shedeur not playing, I ain't watching that. I'm going to watch the Falcons and the Bucks in week 1 if Shedeur Sanders is on that bench. Because they talking about, oh, well, week 7 or 8 is the perfect opportunity to turn it over to Shedeur Sanders. Why? He the best quarterback out there. But then again, if your O-line is still trash and you leaning on last year's excuses, even though you got new people, then I'm cool with him on the bench, and I'm going to just go watch the Bucks. Because I'm going to watch Shiloh play. Matter of fact, we just said it in this house. We're going to be at that game. So I don't know who they playing with. Because my time is valuable, and I'm not about to sit up here and hope and pray every week like they did during the draft for 3 whole days. Is Shedeur going to get the opportunity? Is Shedeur going to get the opportunity? Oh, hell no. Fool me once. Okay. Fool me twice. No. Absolutely not. Y'all keep wanting to know what to call me, Professor. That's what you can call me. I ask y'all all the time, you want to go to class or you want to go to church? I'm not a pastor. Professor. I'm not wasting my time. I have no faith in Cleveland. I don't even trust him to do the right thing by Shedeur. Whatever they up to, we gonna see. And y'all might tell me when I'm watching Shiloh versus the Falcons. I'm not about to sit up here and let them build us up again. I'm not doing it. Because that was painful. Matter of fact, episode 3, entitled Shedeur Sanders, The Painful Push to 144, is available on Spotify by What She Said podcast, audio podcast. Listen up. It's 23 minutes long. You might want to check it out. Make sure you make it to the end. And for those of you preparing documents that have reached out to me in various ways, you might want to go listen to that podcast episode. Episode 3 on Spotify. Shedeur Sanders, painful push to 144. So, Cam Ward wanted to switch jerseys with Shedeur. I think Cam was being a little shady with switching jerseys. See, people are starting to call Cam out. I've been seeing it on Instagram. A couple of podcasters calling him out, saying he's slick jealous. I told y'all that. I told y'all when they was in Vegas, what did you hear me say? I said, are they really friends? I said that. I'm like, are y'all sure they really friends? Because Cam is giving that jealous energy. And the guys on the podcast on IG said Cam is jealous of Shedeur because Shedeur has marketability. And Cam didn't market himself. He didn't. Cam didn't even start his care about his YouTube channel, which I couldn't find until right at the end of the whole process when they was getting ready to do the pre-draft stuff. He started posting his workouts, and people said, oh, so you want to take one of your videos and put Shedeur Sanders in the title so you could get views. That's facts. Go look it up. It's facts. Go look it up. I said it. I know I'm on camera. When they were in I think Las Vegas, I said, y'all show they friends, because I ain't giving friend energy. See, friend energy is a little different. Friend energy is laughing, ha. Yeah, I didn't see no laughing. Cam was firing off shots and just walking around like Shedeur said, he get paid to drink Gatorade, and somebody, Cam said, somebody, he just played football or whatever. And Shedeur said something about, I get paid to drink water or whatever. And that was the second time I watched Cam try to berate Shedeur about some water. When they were back somewhere else, working out again in the summer. I've seen him work out multiple times. Now, he didn't have no issues when they were in Miami on the beach, and Shedeur had the yacht with just the mayors and that guy that went to Indiana. Y'all know him, number 67. Shedeur was working out on the yacht, on the beach in Miami. It's on Well Off Media. And they had a yacht with some people on it. And Cam and Shedeur were throwing the ball around on the beach with quarterback Kyron from Virginia Tech. So the three of them were select QB quarterbacks. And they were working out in Miami on the beach. And then after they worked out, they went on to the yacht. And that's where I saw Justin Mayers, number 66, and that other guy, Khalil Benson, number 67. And I was like, damn, Shedeur always try to pull his O-line, a lot of his new people closer. And that's what he was doing, just like we saw him take the O-line to dinner in year one. But them guys wasn't feeling it. And I was thinking to myself when I was looking at Khalil Benson and Justin Mayers, I said, I hope they understand that Shedeur is not flexing on them. See, if you got the wrong mindset, the wrong person would have thought, a jealous person would have thought, oh, he bringing us out here to rub it in our face that he rich. But another person who's ambitious would have said, shit, he trying to show me I can have this too. And he would be right, because look where Cam is if he signed that contract. You see what I'm saying? So it was him, and that was the first time I think I ever saw the girl Shedeur was dating, and I had never seen him have her around other people on camera before. So I knew these guys were special to him. I knew it wasn't a flex. I knew if you were ambitious and wanted to go to the league, this would make you go, shit, I'm hanging with the right people. You can have this too. You got to have the right mindset. Now, I don't recall seeing Cam on the yacht. He could have just been out of camera's view. But I saw two different things. I saw the guys working out the QBs together, select QB, and then I saw the O-line from CU, the two guys, the guys that were new, Justin Mayers and Khalil Benson. And I knew what Shedeur was doing. He was just trying to say, you can get here. And Justin Mayers is with Denver, so he can get there. So if he looked at it right, then clearly he like, shit, I'm sticking right here. And I'm going to protect Shedeur. That's what he was doing. You know, hey, y'all can live like this too. Curry your favor. That's what you're supposed to do. That is no different than in Philadelphia when Saquon Barkley got to Philly. He chose Philly, by the way. 3 other teams was in the hunt. He chose Philly. And Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts got together and purchased custom golf carts for their O-linemen, all of them, no matter who was going to start, who was going to play. You know why? You see how they got to the Super Bowl. Y'all see that defense too. They probably got watches for gifts. But the point is, QBs take care of their O-line. And that's why I told y'all, when Cleveland went shopping with the grocery list and didn't come back with the entrees or the main ingredients, they came back with the damn sides and the snacks, that they not prioritizing their O-line. And people like, oh, they got a new coach. Or, they got this one guy here. I'm like, did they fix somebody on the left side? I'm going to see. We're going to see. I'm open-minded where that is concerned, but I'm side-eyeing all of it. All of it. So. He might not wear 2 again. Then again, they might give it to him and tell him to wear it. I don't know. I don't know what they got going on. Like I say, it's a couple of things they could be doing, but a lot of them are based in foolishness, based in humiliation, playing keep away with his 2 like he not elite. And for somebody to say that on the NFL network, you know where that's coming from. The same place where that phone number was sent out from. Hey, everybody. The average NFL career is 3 years, right? People have already asked, will he even be in the league 5 years from now? I mean, he seemed to like it, so I don't see why he wouldn't, unless they just let him ride the bench or, not take full advantage of his opportunities. And heaven forbid if Shiloh don't make the team, y'all gonna pass out. And I'm gonna be like, well, I'm kind of not shocked, because they've been playing with him. They've been playing with him. But he's good. Shedeur is good. But we knew that. We knew that. We knew that. We knew that already. Hopefully his coach is that guy that has a voice, unlike what people are saying about Mike Tomlin now. What are people saying about Mike Tomlin? His voice has gone stale. I just said he lost it and had perceived power. That's what I said. But one of his former players, Ryan Clark, said his voice has gone stale. That is a punch in the throat, not the stomach, not the shoulder, the throat. Meaning that's painful to say something like that. But it's true. It's true. He's just there now until they ready. See, they just playing with him. They bring in new quarterbacks. This man had two black. Well, I'm gonna tell you what he did. Mike Tomlin did what he thought he should do as a black man, as a black head coach that had never had a losing record. He knew that they looked favorably upon him, but he found out real fast when he decided to bring in Justin Fields after they were pouncing on him in Chicago, and he decided to bring in Russell after he had been sacked 100 times, and they were pouncing on him in Denver and harassing him and this, that, and the other. He didn't know it then, but they was already getting ready to do what they did in this draft. They forced Russ out. I told y'all Justin Fields escaped because that's the proper word. He down there with Tyrod Taylor that I'm looking into next. And guess who his quarterbacks are? Well, none of them black. Let's just put it that way. So this man thought he had power and made decisions that have literally cost him his decision-making ability. I told y'all only two people were told what to do in the draft. They said Cleveland was going to get scammed out of their picks. That means they stupid. And y'all know who they talking about. And they not talking about the owner. And Mike Tomlin is advised to draft Shedeur Sanders and make him QB2, not one, behind Aaron Rodgers. There was a headline before that about Pittsburgh that said the Pittsburgh Steelers failed to sign a $40 million vet. Guess who the picture was under that caption? Mike Tomlin. That's why they was breathing down his neck on draft day, coming to him with what he said there were these stories in the green room, phone calls. We had to listen. And the other guy was still there, so we drafted him. They were going to take Shedeur at 21. Mike Tomlin could have pulled the Ozzie Newsome, but he wanted to keep his job. And now he got two white quarterbacks. Not that that's a bad thing, but I mean, it is obvious that you made the decision to get two black QBs that was being abused and took them in, and one of them took you to the playoffs, and the other one escaped, and they pushed the one that took you to the playoffs out to a team that ain't never had a black QB1, and now you got two white ones and a stale voice. See, sometimes you are valuable to people as long as they can use you to win or not lose. But the moment you start making decisions, it seems like for black people in the NFL, players and coaches, that's going to cost you your job. That's why Ozzie Newsome drafted Lamar Jackson. He already was leaving. So he like, shit, let me just go in on the draft and keep it from sliding to number 2. Y'all need to understand, in addition to Lamar Jackson not wanting to be QB1, they still don't trust black GMs and coaches because of that. They ain't gonna trust no black coaches because of Mike Tomlin. They don't gonna trust no black GMs because of Ozzie Newsome and apparently Andrew Berry, who y'all not gonna make me believe that the NFL let a black GM make a deal for the first fully guaranteed contract out here to a black QB who has the hardest road, who black QBs have the hardest road in NFL, to a black QB who has settled 22 or 23 civil lawsuits for misconduct, and y'all know what kind of misconduct, after he asked for a trade. He gets it, and then he gets $230 million. Fully guaranteed. A black coach. And Mike Tomlin can't even pick two black QBs and still be have a voice that is fresh, that they listen to. You don't think it's a coincidence he don't have those two black QBs no more? That's a lot of moving around. Dan Orlovsky, or whatever his name is, Orlovsky, when it was announced that Justin Fields was had made it to the Jets, he was like, because he was the main one. Mike Tomlin need to Get Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh fans was like, why are y'all forcing Aaron Rodgers on us? I'm like, I'm glad y'all recognize that that's what it is. People said Aaron Rodgers was going to go to, when his 42-year-old self was going to go down to Pittsburgh and stink up the place. And that was going to cost Mike Tomlin his job. I'm like, okay, so he didn't go to Pittsburgh yet. Because I thought he did after the draft. So let's see what's going to cost him his job now. I think they said when 2025 started, there was 6 Black NFL head coaches. I think they only 4 now. And you see how they gunning for Mike Tomlin. And y'all think I trust Cleveland about Shedeur? No. No, I don't trust none of them. I'm just hoping and praying Shiloh make this team because he deserves to. But at the last minute, just like Shedeur, things switched for him at the last minute. He was locked out of the draft the morning. He was locked out of the first round the morning of the draft. And there's a GM going around that saying he does secret gradings for NFL teams, and he did grade Shedeur in the first round. I don't hear nobody talking about it. So no, there's no trust there. I'm just happy to see Shedeur happy, which is why when I was getting my tall caramel macchiato with the whipped cream this morning, and I looked at my phone and I saw a notification with some purple on it that said Shedeur Sanders is live on Twitch. I was like, yay! And I stopped what I was doing after I got my coffee, and I watched it. And I recorded it, and I was like, I shared it with some of it, not all of it, but I was happy that he was doing what we know to do. I mean, Shedeur to do. To what? To share his journey. We've been seeing them. And I told y'all yesterday, if Cleveland is so worried about a media circus with Shedeur or the NFL, why don't you just tell everybody you can't have no camera crews on the property? That solves that. I bet they're not going to do it. Travis has camera crews. He got an episode being filmed right now by the people that make football cards. Panini. Episode 1 is out. The show is called Rated Rookie. No, he didn't pick that number, okay? It was assigned to him. I read it with my own 2 eyes. Shedeur did not pick 12. He was assigned 12. I don't know why people think he picked that number. He did not pick that number. I'm not saying 2 was available. He did not pick 12. 12 is Travis's brand. There are no coincidences here. And no, you could go read it. He was assigned 12. The signing bonus used to constitute the guaranteed portion of the contract. Well, for first rounders, the entire contract is guaranteed. It's supposed to be a fully guaranteed contract. That's why Travis said he wanted to go first round. That's supposed to be what's special about that contract. But there's something rotten about that contract because this is the second year in a row. The first quarterback taken has consulted lawyers, not signed it, or something. So Travis ought to be happy he didn't go first. I'm like, I need to see that contract. I need to see it because there's something about it. I don't know. Maybe because it's fully guaranteed, he got some kind of something. And neither Caleb's family, who seem to be very intelligent people, and also Cam Ward's family, also very intelligent people. Remember, Cam Ward's father quit his job to help him become his agent when he was, I think, going from high school trying to get a scholarship or looked at by teams or recruited because he had no offers. So imagine quitting your job when your son is, coming out of high school to be his agent, and you help get him to Incarnate Word along with some other people, and then your son goes to Incarnate Word, balls out, gets looks from Washington State, follows his coach there. Cam followed his head coach there, balls out. Now, Cam declared for the draft in 2024. Guess who told him to stay until 2025 to get his draft stock up? The one that got pushed down to 144. Shedeur is a good guy. And his dad helped him get that far. Then he goes to Miami. I think he had a $2 million NIL deal. Carson Beck has a $4 million deal. So with that $2 million NIL deal, he also was Adidas football. I think Cam had an Adidas contract at Miami. I think he did. Like it might have not been huge. It might have been for apparel, but then he switched when he got to the NFL, because that's how, well, before the NFL, he got Under Armour after college. So that means that Adidas went from Cam to Travis. That's what that's given. And now your father, who quit his job and maybe didn't have to go back to work, because, understand this about these NIL deals. When you hear $2 million, that's what they get. And they basically got to play. If they go to the playoffs, then that's the most games they're going to play. If they make it to the semifinals, that's it. And if they make it to the Natty, that's it. And they want to play anyway. So there's nothing, nobody's asking you to shrink yourself. They want you to get these brand deals. Matter of fact, they're coming to you with the brand deals. And the brand deals are offsetting money for like the wide receivers. Like, okay, I told y'all Ohio State structure, right? We talked about their NIL structure. I read about it. The quarterback makes the most money. Then what? The O-line. And who went shopping and came back with sides and snacks and no healthy alternatives, so we could be strong and vibrant? No entrees, no veggies, junk food. Cleveland. Don't get your hopes up just yet. Let's just celebrate Shedeur's journey. Let's just show him love. I'm calling him Shedeur. I don't want to hear nothing about that 12 jersey, because he got it because they don't think he's elite. Because they said because he's in the 5th round. I posted what I heard myself so you can hear it. That's wrong. That's continuing the BSery. And we're not doing that. So I'm not calling him 2, but I am getting me a 2 jersey. I am. And I'm calling him Shedeur. He'll be all right. When he get older and he'll see this video, he'll understand. All right. So thank you for that. Who said that? Thank you for that about the signing bonus. Continental. Thank you. It said the number don't make the player. It's not about that, Jerry. It's not about the number making a player. It's the fact that they are still treating him like he was being treated in the draft. Y'all not sick of it? Just because he's handling well don't mean it's okay. Just because he can put on a jersey with a different number doesn't mean it's okay that they're still running around saying he don't have no options on his number because he's a 5th round draft pick. He's not a 5th round draft pick. He was picked in the 5th round. That's why words matter. He's not a 5th round draft pick. He was selected in the 5th round. An elite QB1 was selected in the 5th round. And when you say it like that, it raises questions. And when they say it the way they're saying it at the NFL on their network, you don't have options for your own number. You don't have options. When you're the 5th round draft pick, you don't have those options. But they're going to talk about Travis wearing his jersey right before Shedeur. That's rubbing his face in it. He could put on anything. Hell, I want him to wear 144, but it's beyond 99. That's not the point. The point is they're continuing on with the foolishness, and y'all want to sit up here and think, oh, they say he can start, he gonna start. Yep, cool. I don't know how you trust that. Especially when they continuing with the foolishness. And they could have gave him any number, but they gave him Travis's number. Understand that's a message. Which is why you hear, let's let Travis be the face of the league. So y'all don't act like y'all don't see Cam Ward, your number 1 overall pick that you gave all the guaranteed money to. Because he's a black quarterback. When y'all start realizing that this is about black quarterbacks, then y'all gonna stop getting overly excited about anything they say. And you're gonna stop realizing, yes, he can wear the number 12. He also could wear the number 10 or the number 9 or the number 8. But that's not what they gave him. They gave him Travis's number because they have a problem with Shedeur having a brand. So we want you to be like Travis. Because they don't see his brand. They see Travis on the football field and they don't see him off. They see Shedeur on and off, which is why he has 3 million followers who are happy to see him every day. It's not, that's not the point. The point is they are keeping up with the foolishness even though the draft is over. And you can see the stark contrast in the way the other half of the dynamic duo was treated, and they rubbing that in his face too. Travis could have went any goddamn number. He went number 2 where Shedeur was supposed to be picked. Now he got Travis' jersey. They sending him a message. They don't like him because they didn't want quarterbacks like Shedeur. I told y'all, if Travis was a quarterback in Cam position, he wouldn't have a signed contract either. He also probably wouldn't be talked about, and they probably would want an additional wide receiver or anybody else to be the face of the league. This is about black quarterbacks. This is not, finally y'all moved off of prime tax. Thank you. This is about black quarterbacks, which might be explained why Caleb had a lawyer look at his contract and his family try to circumvent the collective bargaining agreement, and why Cam Ward hasn't signed his. It's no coincidence they both black quarterbacks, first-round draft picks, guaranteed money. Who the hell walks away from that kind of money, especially when your daddy quit his job? Something is up. And it must be significant. Like, what are they asking for? Their firstborn kid foot? Because what the hell? That should be enough to make you ask what the hell is going on. It's no coincidence this excerpt from the book American Kings, talking about quarterbacks, all quarterbacks, but quarterbacks, is pointed out, has a section on Caleb saying how he tried to dodge the NFL. There's no coincidence there. That should be making y'all ask what's really going on. And it should make you ask what's going on with black quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, the book. The excerpt is out there. This man was trying to go to the UFL and got lured in allegedly to the NFL. And when he got there, he got sacked 68 times. Why? Because he wanted to make a choice to go somewhere else. Because they didn't like something about the NFL. And it seemed like it got something to do with that first round pick. You should be asking why people are saying Travis Hunter should be the face of the league. What's wrong with Cam Ward? Warren Moon unretired his number 1 jersey, which is also with Cam Ward in Miami. Why can't Cam Ward be the number 1 pick? What is it about Travis that y'all like? That you act like Cam Ward is invisible? Is it because he signed his rookie contract yet? So what's going on with the rookie contract with the quarterbacks, or the first round picks and the quarterbacks? That's what y'all should be talking about. Not that damn 12 jersey. That's Travis's number. Travis built a brand with that. That's a message to Shedeur. And if you ask me, he's starting to partake in the message by not even wanting to do his famous. That's shrinking yourself. Because your colleagues did it and you still didn't do it. You ain't have to do it first, but when they did it, you should be like, yeah. No, you're shrinking yourself. And if he was serious, which I think he was, about don't call me too, because it's disrespectful, you're shrinking yourself, boo. So they can like you. And that's what they want you to do, assimilate. And I don't like seeing it. It actually makes me want to cry. Because it's what they did to Tiger Woods. When he was confident and said, if he practices hard, he can win. Oh, you being cocky, aren't you? He looked shook when he said that, like I did something wrong. These people are young. Shedeur is only 23. He ain't been on this road before. And yeah, they hated on his dad. But this is a whole nother level because his dad got drafted number 5 overall. So I'm not calling him 2 because I don't want to make his road no harder than they making it. But understand, because he's wearing it well, does not mean what they're doing is okay. In fact, you should be calling it out. You should be asking questions, critical thinking. What's going on with these black quarterbacks? That's the real conversation. Thank y'all. It was 109 of us in here. We're going to get out of here. It's 1 hour in. If the Brown had given Shedeur number 2, it would be good for marketing, right? Just like had they drafted Shedeur and Travis, which they had the ability to do, or Travis, it would have been good. They didn't do that either. So I don't know how you trust them. They moved Shedeur to QB1. They better protect him. Exactly. Exactly. Because we see what happened to Caleb Williams when he tried to make a decision and go to the UFL. I can't wait to get that book to see what it was that supposedly we're going to draft you anyway and lured him into the NFL. And because I know what got him sacked 68 times. The same thing that got Deshaun Watson singled out and targeted for doing something apparently others are doing, because you're not going to convince me that that's why he don't have, that's why he has, that's why he don't have that a regular contract. You're not going to convince me. You ain't going to convince me and no jury either. That clearly you thought targeting him was smart, but he wasn't the only one. And Justin Tucker proves he wasn't the only one. And just because Justin Tucker came out later don't mean he just got that bright idea. That's something they do. But at the time, Deshaun Watson wanted a trade. So when black elite QBs, which means QB1s, understand this, and this is very, very important. Black quarterbacks only make up about 20-25% of the NFL quarterbacks. However, if that's four, just say 4 on the depth chart times 32, whatever that number is, they're only 20-25% of that, this much, out of this much. But they have risen to 17 with Shedeur and the number 2 pick going to Cleveland. To 17, the majority, 17 out of 32, black starting quarterbacks are starting, 17 or 32. If there's 17 black quarterbacks out of 32 quarterbacks, blacks are the majority, with Shedeur going to number 2. That's why the situation, that's why it was so extreme, because of what was at stake. Not a coincidence. Shedeur and Jalen Milroe got snubbed after Cam Ward got picked, and 2 white quarterbacks got picked who are lesser talented than Milroe and Shedeur. Nobody ever said Jackson Dart was better than Shedeur. Nobody ever said Tyler Shaw was better than Shedeur. They didn't even have to be. So the critical thinking question is, what the hell is going on with these black quarterbacks? That's the question that needs to be asked. That is where the problem lies. I have shared the screenshot of it, that this is problematic about black NFL players. NFL badly discriminates against black NFL QBs, quarterbacks. We don't want quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders. We don't want that type of quarterback. We don't want that kind of quarterback like Shedeur Sanders. We don't want your kind in our neighborhood. It's not a coincidence, guys. Just because the media isn't feeding it to you don't mean the information isn't out there. Just Google it. The NFL badly discriminates against black NFL quarterbacks in the NFL draft, or black quarterbacks in the NFL draft. It's out there. It's out there for you. All right, so we gonna get out of here. Tommy, thank you. Hi, Tommy. It's no different than being flown in for the fear that they will be. Yeah, that is true. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. Yes. It doesn't matter what they say about the 12. It only matters that Shedeur balls out. You're not listening. You're not understanding. This is not about what they say about the 12. It's what they're positioning Shedeur into, because he was drafted in the 5th round. It's not the jersey number. It's not the jersey number. That's another issue. But being on the NFL Network, calling him, saying he don't have any options because he's a 5th round draft pick, when he was actually an elite QB1 picked in the 5th round, that's the problem, not the jersey. But because they look at him like he got 5th round QB skills, he doesn't have the option to choose, which is why he doesn't have a 2. That is a problem. It's not the jersey. It's the fact that they're treating him like he's less than, and he's not. That's obvious. Great meeting. Good night, good night, good night. All right, y'all. So we're going to get out of here. Tommy, thank you so much. They are clowning him, and the 12 is Travis's jersey number. Travis was also drafted in the number 2 spot. So yeah. All right. So thank y'all. We're gonna get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. The book is going to put a light on the NFL practices. I don't know why, because Elijah is already on the internet. I haven't seen anybody talk about the fact that the NFL in 2021 settled $1 billion with a $B lawsuit, saying that black NFL players are inferior to white NFL players, therefore white people. That the brains are different and ours is less than. You don't even need a book for that. That has already been said. Everything that book probably is going to talk about is just more of the same issues that have been discussed since Doug Williams. So, all right. That's it. Thank y'all so much. All right, we out of here. We out of here. We out of here. Thank y'all so much. Getting the likes up. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow night, Sunday night. I'll see y'all at the same time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully it starts to resonate with people that critical thinking is necessary, and we need to start talking about what is going on with these black quarterbacks in the NFL and push Shedeur in that category. Notice Cam had signed his rookie contract, and understand Caleb Williams' story that we're just now learning, and then maybe you'll focus on the black NFL quarterbacks and the plight that they have. All right, I'm going to say goodnight. Good night, everybody. Take care. Common sense is not common. Thanks. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you for holding it down for the moderators tonight and anybody else that was in here. All right. Good night. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See y'all later. Bye-bye.